So yesterday I did a video on sort of the ultimate list for a good long-term passionate marriage, because I'm in a 30-year good long-term passionate marriage, and I'm a psychotherapist that does a ton of work with couples for 25 plus years. So my second book, called Connecting, Rewire Your Relationship Culture, I have an exhaustive list, but I wanted to sort of speak on it because the key thing is you're either contributing to the mess or you're contributing to the cleanup of any given relationship. And you want to be clear on, are you contributing to the mess? So number one, my very first chapter is all about, you got to know thyself. Know thyself. Become aware of your own inner workings, of your own patterns of behavior. But ultimately, in my chapter 9, Fundamentals for Long-Term Passionate Relationships, it's based on some, A, 25 plus years of working with people, but B, some major science from John and Julie Gottman, who had the 40-year Love Lab, which, they really put together the key, the horsemen of destruction, what actually, destroys a relationship, criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. But then how do we get out of it? And that's what my work has been a lot about, really giving concrete tools about how to move past a toxic relationship. Obviously you need to determine whether or not that relationship is so problematic that you need to leave that relationship. But I want to just kind of talk a little bit about my list so that you, at least, if you don't have the book, at least you get some insight. So number one, everyone messes up. Everyone F's up, fucks up. Fix it quickly. Get in it. Acknowledge. Find out what happened. What did you do? What did they do? Get in the mode of, if I F up, I fix it quickly. Whether that's an apology, an acknowledgement, a vulnerable truth sharing. When we share our vulnerable truths with people, here's the thing. We're basically saying, I trust you enough that you're not going to shame me for sharing my vulnerability with you, my sort of soft underbelly. And I really feel that sex is an important part of long-term marriage. People who are not having sex, I'm always like, this is a use it or lose it muscle. This is a neural pathway that gets completely atrophied if you do not feed that neural pathway on a regular basis. And also regular touch, like my husband and I walk by each other in the kitchen and we touch each other's asses or whatever. It's kind of like an idea or an understanding that I still find you sexy after all these years. I'm still attracted to you. And the other thing is acknowledgement. I said that in my previous list, but I really want to double down on be each other's cheerleaders. And not only be each other's cheerleaders, but be each other's best friend. I think one of the things that John and Julie Gottman talked about is that, what makes for a relationship that actually will last the long term is dear friends, dear friends. And it's not that we love doing everything together, my husband and I, it's that we are good friends. And how do you treat a good friend? How do you interact with your good friends? And so that's very different from just lovers and marital partners. Really enjoying each other's company, even though we're vastly different. I mean, he's absolutely a very different person than me. So the point is, mutual interests are important, but not the key thing. So it's not like we like to do sport together or whatever. We sometimes just like to walk together or hang out at the beach together if we get a chance, or maybe watch a show together. He likes to do various different things that I like to do. So mutual interests, not that crucial, but a couple of things. Just have one or two things. Be transparent. Don't hide anything. And also, please, respectful communication. Be careful in the way you communicate. Be conscious and careful in the way you communicate, and prioritize each other as top 3, like self, and then, self and relationship. And then after that, children, work, friends, all that. But self and relationship need to be top 2, in fact. And, get in the present moment and get out of that future and escapist mode. Get in the present moment. What's happening here now? What do I got to learn about here and now in this moment? And the other thing is emotional self-sufficiency. Neediness is a problem. I'm only happy if you do this. No, I'm happy if I do this for me. Emotional self-sufficiency is really important, and understand each other's love languages and have some humor. And the other thing is, get out of the needy mode and lean out. Lean into yourself. Self-awareness, self-love, self-respect. It is so good for a good marriage, a long-term marriage. And finally, the reality is that if you're choosing to grow old with this person, plan for that old age together. Visualize an old age that is mutually beneficial and mutually pleasing to each other. I mean, this is not an exhaustive list, but I just wanted to give you some key stuff. And if you feel moved, please like this and share this and follow me and pick up my book on my website, okay? It's a powerful work of easy peasy ways to communicate well when you're fighting. And you know what? You and your coupledom, if you have children, is the key to the generational, what's my bent, what's my focus, what's my raison d'etre, my reason for being, which is to disrupt multi-generational dysfunction. And when you have a good marriage and children, you will most likely disrupt the crap you might have learned from the generation before you. Take it easy and have a great day.